Welcome to the first edition of the American Revolutionary Times with my guest speaker, Professor of American Studies, Mr. Patrick Robinson. Today we're going to be discussing some of the main components of the beginning of the American Revolution in order to understand why the colonists separated from England.
Yes, this was a very hostile time in which the oppressed colonists began to slowly make a move to breaking away from their mother country and forming their own nation.
We will be mentioning 5 major topics which led to the revolution, which include vast amounts of land which was available in the colonies,
The breakdown of deference,
the introduction of slavery,
the Great Awakening,
and the different acts passed by Parliament. With so much land available to the colonists, it allowed for many poor farmers to obtain plots of land and move up in society, which created for the first time a large middle class.
Unlike England, at this time, which had almost no opportunity for anyone to acquire more land, America was abundant in cheap land, which leveled the playing field for all Americans.
With the large growth of the middle class came a change in the mindset instilled in Americans, that wealthy members of society were the only important and therefore should be deferred to in almost all aspects of life.
This began to change when Americans started voting for members of society that more represented the common man rather than always deferring to the higher ups of society.
I don't know who to vote for.
Vote for me! I got tons of land. I'm better than you.
Bro, I look just like you.
Do you?
One component of the revolution that many would not see as helpful was the beginning of the slavery. While this may be seen as a large stain in our country's history, it actually enabled us to begin the revolution.
The use of slaves stabilized our economy and allowed for the whites to join together against the common enemy of England.
I'm done. You don't pay me enough.
Oh, what am I gonna do now?
So cool.
That'll do.
Next, we have the Great Awakening, which might sound surprising that it had an effect on the revolutionary mindset.
The Great Awakening marked a time of fiery preachers who were talking out against religious authority for the first time, and also who were talking to large groups of faceless equals, which continues the breakdown of deference.
We are living in a dark time, ladies and gentlemen. And we must rise up and speak the truth in the name of the Lord.
The final straw that pushed many Americans over the edge towards revolting were the acts passed by parliaments that aimed to restrict and tax all the colonies.
Many colonists feared that these new taxes were an attempt by England to eliminate their freedom, because they had no say in how they would be taxed, which inspired the famous American cry.
No taxation without representation.
These are just 5 points that led to the American Revolution. Join me next time when the war begins and a new country is born.